Hello and welcome back to Join Dota League Season 4 here on HeflaTV HB2, or HB1, excuse me. I'm Greatest V. I'll be joined by D Swordfish for Game 2 of a two-game series between hehe and Denial Esports. First picks are already underway with Venomancer Abaddon, the first two for hehe, potentially looking to give Denial a little bit of a taste of their own medicine for game number 1.
Actually, these picks make me really excited. Abaddon and Venomancer allows for like this hyper-aggressive strategy, especially if they were to pick something like a Weave or something of the sort, which actually I think would go really well with their strategy. So I would like it. And the only thing I don't like though is that fact that Denial banned their own IO, but there's no goal strategy banned yet. The bans seem a little typical except for the Broodmother. So interesting. I want to see if they're actually going to ban those core heroes they failed to ban last time.
Yeah, Denial, they get the puck in the Beastmaster. Heroes that they're very comfortable with as well. If they're not going to go for what they went for last game, it's probably these two. It is pretty interesting to see them go for both the puck and the Beastmaster, but definitely not entirely out of the ordinary. They can put the Beastmaster towards the jungle and farm it on effing Mad, and throw the puck towards the offlane, or just puck mid, Beastmaster offlane. There's definitely a lot of flexibility there. Denial will go for the Rubik. Right now, I'm not sure if that's the greatest of picks, but it's going to give them a nice, solid, single target disable that's instant cast, which is always nice, especially if you're dealing with some sort of mobile carry.
Yeah, that's definitely true. The Rubik also can steal a couple good things. Like the Venomancer and the Arrow Shaker is pretty good. I mean, if you get a Blink Tech on the Rubik. So, also a hero which I haven't seen Denial run much, but I think it's like I don't know why there's these heroes that I just feel like they're French, and that's just a weird thing about me. But because Quantic used to run him a lot, and they like the Rubik, so if they can play well, I mean, that's actually quite a strong hero as well.
Yeah, and with this Earthshaker pick now, I think Rubik, one of the biggest benefits from him is going to be that null field, actually, up against the Venomancer ulti and Earthshaker. One of these heroes is going to be played core, and I expect it to be the Venomancer. For Denial, their next choice is going to be an Ancient Apparition. Right now, a lot of utility and control coming out from these first four, but nothing that really scales exceptionally well through the late game. But if we see a Beastmaster that's played in a similar fashion to what we saw last game, which is the way that Funzy likes playing his Beastmaster, they do have a decent amount of gank potential themselves.
That's very true. Especially they still have the global presence as well. The puck is pretty global just because of his versatility and his movements, and the Ancient Apparition is very global actually. So the question is though, what is going to be Denial's carry? What do you think right now? What are you thinking?
Honestly, I'm not so sure. They could go for a lot of different things. They could probably go for the Weaver themselves if they really wanted to. Right now, the only thing they'd have to worry about is the Earthshaker, really. The Abaddon and Venomancer don't phase Weaver at all, and the Earthshaker on his own is enough to lock him down, and with the Ancient Apparition Rubik, there is some killing potential there. Hehe will go for his Silencer. A pretty interesting choice coming out from them. Being able to stop Ancient Apparition from dropping the ultimate after he casts it can be pretty useful, and stopping Puck after he jumps in, although very difficult, is feasible. Denial Esports will ban out the Spectre, and maybe we're in for a super late game carry, maybe akin to a Medusa.
That'd be interesting pickup. Like that actually would be quite interesting to see because their lineup now tends to go for like very early game mid game lineup. So actually I would like the Medusa. It's interesting. The question though, hehe, who do you think? Do you think it's gonna be a Silencer core in this thing? Do you think it's gonna be a Carry Shaker, or even worse, or actually no, even better, a Carry Abaddon?
Ugh. I think it's going to be a safe lane farming Silencer Venomancer towards the mid, and Abaddon Earthshaker support.
Really? No Carry Abaddon love?
I despise Carry Abaddon. I love me some Carry Shaker, but Carry Abaddon feels so lukewarm. Like, he doesn't do anything well. Earthshaker, if he can get through the laning phase with him, get an early Blink Dagger into, like, a crit, he can do an obscene amount of magical and physical damage. Abaddon, he's just kind of meh. We're kind of glancing over the last two picks. Anti-Mage Shadow Demon going to be the last choices. AM's going to be the carry for Denial Esports. Going into Medusa would be pretty risky since there is a Silencer on the enemy team, being able to drain your mana and your intelligence as the game progresses. And then hehe will pick up a Shadow Demon. This lineup from both sides is very carry light. If Anti-Mage gets to the point in a late game where he has the farm, I don't think hehe are really going to have the tools to deal with him.
Yeah, it's interesting though. Like, who are they? Who do you think his carry is gonna be? Like, I know the positions of the people, but like, it's definitely Carry Shaker because Bambo's playing him. But besides that, I just don't understand. Like, also hehe is known for doing whatever they want with their lineup anyway. So I don't know. It's really interesting. I really love Hehe's lineup this time. No carry Abaddon though, it seems, just because he bought wards. But hey, a man can dream. Anyway, do you want to start presenting the teams?
Sure. On the Denial side, Paris is going to be playing on the Anti-Mage, currently going towards the aggressive lane, with Heavy Mad supporting on the Rubik and HDF version played by CryoJ, potentially looking to dodge the enemy. Dural is going to be playing the puck in the mid, and safe lane solo, it's going to be Funzy on his Beastmaster.
As for the Hehe team, we're going to have Nihis with the Venomancer in the safe lane position. Mid, we're going to have, it's hard to say, I think it's Sexy Bembo, probably with a Carry Shaker. And then down bottom is going to be a Triumph with Fun on the Shadow Demon, Blue Banana on the Abaddon, the 2 supports, and then finally Mr. Hua on the Silencer in the carry position. Interesting. Definitely interesting. Do you think a Silencer carry is a good carry?
I like him a lot better than the support. Like, as a support, Silencer needs his level 6, and even then, he kind of needs those levels, as well as some gold to really be important. I like Silencer played in the farming position. I think getting an early Ags refresher is really wonderful, and he can do a lot of damage in his own right. Sexy Bambo on mid. I've seen him play Earthshaker mid, actually, before, and it was quite good. Hopefully this game is going to be as impactful as last. Up against Puck, it's not a great matchup for Earthshaker by any means, but he's not going to be shut down either, unless he gets ganked by this Rubik and HF person, which is a definite possibility. For now, he does have fun. Roaming up towards top, looks like it's going to be straight up dual lanes for Hehe.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, with the lineup, I think Hehe can do whatever they want, really. It only... Wait, what's the other duel? Oh, okay, it's gonna be fun actually joining the Silencer. It's interesting. I just don't know what to expect really from these guys. Like this, they went full on crazy this time. I think the key things is just kind of survive the laning stage and then see where they go, because their mid game potential is astronomous.
It really is
astronomically large. Sorry, I just I went completely haywire there. But yeah, it's really powerful like mid game. So if they just can just survive till then, I think they should be fine.
Up and top, and his is going to be taking a lot of damage. Although he will survive with some backup coming out from the Abaddon, already forced to use through his salve, and Denial's early laning stage should be exactly what they want. Rubik and HF should make plenty of space for his anti-mage to farm, even though he is up against an enemy safe lane. Beastmaster is not going to be entirely shut down, although currently zoned by the Shadow Demon, will get CS here or there with his axes, and even so should get experience, and Puck should win his mid lane, although not crushing it, should do completely fine.
Yeah, I agree. This Puck against the Carry Shaker, I mean, what can Sexy Bambo really do? He's been doing decently though, to be honest. 5 last hits is pretty good against a Puck, but still, like it's just to be expected. And I mean, a Carry Shaker, I don't see much Carry Shaker. What are the usual items they tend to need?
At least when I see it, usually it's just a Blink Dagger rush into like PTs, maybe you go for Arcane Boots, but up and top, lift on Inihis, there's no Chilling Touch available, so he's going to survive and gets a shield for his trouble. But yeah, I think it's just kind of normal Earthshaker items until later on. You usually just get your Boots upgrade, Blink, and Bottle ASAP, and then after that you start looking for kills, and depending on how it goes, you can go for several builds. I'm personally favoring like the Armlet Shaker. I think that's one of my favorite ways to play him, but this could just be a straight up Crit Shaker, or maybe even an Aghanim's Rush. I think it depends on the game.
Yeah, that's actually very true. They need to be able to adapt a little bit. If you're playing Carry Shaker, I mean, to start with, it's already kind of crazy. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. Another issue I would see, I would think, is that Paris does require a little bit of farm, but it's going to take him quite a lot of time to get online. And with the mid-game lineup like the one Hehe has, they can really exploit this issue, because he is an anti-mage. He's not the best teamfight hero in the early to mid-game. So yeah, I mean, if they can manage to really exploit this issue well, they could do a lot of damage just with their typical lineup.
Yeah, I think Bambo, if he gets a lucky rune, maybe he can make something happen, but the real trigger for Hehe is level 6 on the Silencer and Earthshaker, and Blink Dagger on ES, I think, is when they really need to start turning up the heat onto this AM. For now, he's going to be getting free farm, and there's very little they can do to stop this, outside of what they're already doing.
Yeah, I mean, and he's just warding up everywhere. And they're playing a decent amount of pressure. They've already switched to a tri-lane up top because they know Hua will be fine against this Beastmaster, just solo. But the issue is, this time it is going to be Funzy getting a pretty decent amount of farm just solo. And that's actually kind of scary, because last time we've seen him be really effective without him doing anything, really. Like, without him having any sort of, like, he had little to no farm, and he was still really effective. So imagine now he's going to get early Boots of Travel, early Blink Dagger. They're going to be able to gank really easily.
Anti-Mage. Paris is going to switch down towards bottom after a gank attempt up top. Doesn't want to be up against that Shadow Demon in lane, and maybe Funzy isn't going to get that much after all. It looks like he's going to go up towards top, but Sexy Bambo, the double boar is slowing him down. The axes, unfortunately, for Denial miss, and Sexy Bambo pursued by Illusions as well as Funzy. Doesn't have enough mana for a secondary set of axes, and Bambo will survive, although completely zoned out of lane, and presumably going back to base, but into the Rubik, he runs into them. That's going to be Funzy drawing first blood with the boar.
Yeah, that's a really good play, actually, by Funzy. Gets him a little bit of EXP and a gold in the beginning, so I think, actually, no, the board is just too strong. Never mind, ignore that.
More or less, Anti-Mage is going to continue farming away, 30 and 7. Pretty happy Anti-Mage farm, and it's going to be a bottle for this Beastmaster, being able to sustain his mana and also his Sage's Mask, presumably towards a Medallion, or at least whenever I see Funzy playing it, that's his preferred build. Medallion into bots, Necronomicon Blink, or Aghanim, something along those lines. Pick two. Right now, Silencer can put a little bit of pressure onto Paris, but not very much, especially once he's out of mana. The damage he's able to put out is very limited, especially when he gets pulled back. They don't have Chilling Touch now, but it is going to be cast onto them eventually. HWI walks into the Icy Vortex, will munch through some trees, but now caught in a corner, looking for a TP out. I don't think he's going to be able to make it. He will! Just barely. One more auto attack from either the Anti-Mage or the AA would have killed him off.
Yeah, and, well, it's going to be quite a good job by Hua there, making it out alive, but still, he's not getting much out of the lane, and I think the Silencers is probably the best carry that hehe has, which is not good because he's going to be facing a pretty farmed Anti-Mage. So right now, like, what is the game plan for hehe with this kind of weird lineup? Like, what do they have to get farm on? Like, what are they waiting for?
I mean, I'll come back to it again. I think Sexy Bambo just needs the Blink ASAP. I don't even think he'd go for Boots upgrade since he has the bottle to sustain his mana. I think he just straight rush into the Blink, just so that you can have an impact as soon as possible, because your other lanes, they aren't winning. They're not necessarily doing bad. Venomancer and Silencer are getting some farm, but it's not really comparable to what the Anti-Mage is getting. And although AM isn't going to have an immediate impact with the gold that he's purchasing up, Paris is going to become unmanageable, and they won't be able to stop his farm very soon. The window of opportunity for hehe is going to be very small. Like, at 11 minutes in, if Bambo is able to keep up his farm in mid, they'll be able to get a Blink Dagger, and that's when they need to start ganking ASAP.
Yeah, that's gonna be that's true. That's actually probably the turning point. I would say perhaps a Blink Dagger on Venomancer of the sort would actually be a good item as well, even before the Aghanim, just to be able to gank really quickly, because they do rely a lot on these ability to gank and like turn team fights around with this crazy ability. So it's gonna be interesting to see. It's definitely gonna be up to Sexy Bambo probably and the Silencer, because also an Aghanim rush would be really strong to see if they can really turn this game, I guess, in their favor, because right now it's just not going their way in the way of farm and whatnot and lane domination.
Yeah. Level 6 about to come out for Funzy, I think, is one of the big tools that Denial are looking for, and then he might be able to make some sort of impact happen across the map. They are giving some room to their supports in lane as Anti-Mage cleans up a couple of jungle camps, which I quite like this move coming up from Denial. It's something that they're known for and that they do quite often, is they leave Paris to farm up the jungle and get some extra farm under their supports. They make very good use of the map, and Anti-Mage isn't going to be hurting in farm because of it. I think it's perfectly acceptable, and it'll be very nice for effing Mad to get closer to his Arcane Boots, and for Cryo Jade to get closer to that level 6.
That's true, but there's a reason also why now. Oh,
Ooh.
never mind. I missed that barely.
I did too. My goodness, Funzy roar and just running him down even under the Plague Words. It's a pretty easy kill for Funzy.
Yeah, I mean that's the power of the Beastmaster, like we said. Like I said earlier, like before the Beastmaster kept getting shut down. Now that he's not shut down, look at his amazing power. Funzy's just really hard to stop, and Beastmaster makes a really decent semi carry as well. Not to be underestimated. His initiation power is good enough to get solo kills in the early to mid game really easily.
Yeah, especially if he does go for the Medallion. The amplified damage on axes is pretty insane. That's 320 burst physical that you can get off, and right now I don't think anybody on hehe have more than 5 armor. Maybe the Venomancer, depending on his build. He does have the Basilius, so he does have more than 5, but even so, it's very close to being pure damage from those axes, if he does go for it, that is.
Yeah, it's true. So I mean, the axes could. I mean, he's gonna go for actually a Medallion already, so that's gonna be really strong. I mean, after that Medallion, he can actually go for, what do you think, like, Boots of Travel directly? Is his preferred build?
Yeah, I think this is just going to be Funzy going for whatever he wants to or likes to, because he can, because he is getting that space. This is pretty much as good as you can hope for on a Beastmaster.
Yeah, that's true, and that's definitely gonna have an impact on the possibility of hey ganking really easily and taking this game. Oh, and actually they're gonna find Paris. Oh, using that ultimate just for the instant stun, really smart. And that last second soul catcher actually managing to kill off the animation. Really, really good play by Sexy Bamboo. I'm sorry, but that was just really smart.
It is, and you have to do that, or else he blinks out of there and you don't get the kill, so it's a good usage of ultimate, even though it's only for one kill, it's a kill on the anti-mage, which is necessary.
Yeah. And actually disruption going on the Rubik now, and Blue Banana has no level of Curse of Avernus, but doesn't matter because he has Miscoil. Woo! Strength of the Miscoil. And Silencer is actually going to finish him off with the last word, but Hua in trouble, actually going down to Joral. Joral now going for Blue Banana. Blue Banana uses the shield, but not enough to save him. No ultimate as of now. Tries to deny himself, and wow! That beautiful phase shift to stop the denial of Blue Banana. Really smart. Just all around great plays.
Yeah, for sure. Making sure that Abaddon's not able to take away his life there, and although Earthshaker's getting a decent amount of room, his Blink Dagger is going to be a little bit delayed, but Sexy Bamboo makes the opening anyway. 10 minutes in, if he gets like a haste run, maybe there's another opening for him to look for a gank. We'll have to see how that pans out. Even though Anti-Mage dies once, his farm isn't shut down that much, although it is a lot more manageable for hehe now.
And seems like we're going to have a pause for the lagging puck. And well, right now it seems like Denial's kind of taking the lead, but it's not like last game. It's not a complete stomp. Hey is still there.
Yeah, right now there is a fight inside the river area. Looks like Dreamcoil just got dropped by the puck, and he's mid-animation of the silence. Sexy Bamboo is going to be able to smack him one with the... Oh my goodness, what a... Jeez Louise. Okay, Enchant Totem hits going out as we see finally the Dreamcoil particles going down, but this is like one of the slowest motion kills you're ever gonna see.
And the silence coming actually stopping Joral. What? Okay, never mind. Sexy Bamboo now in trouble and going down thanks to that lift. I swear to God, he almost... Did he evade that damage from the fissure? No.
I don't think so. They did drop the ultimate for it, but he wasn't able to get in range for the Enchant Totem and just didn't end up having the damage after all is said and done. It is the carry Earthshaker build, so it's only 1 point into fissure. The damage isn't super significant.
Oh, I thought my Dota just glitched for a second. Never mind. Sorry about that. Yeah, I forgot that carry Shaker doesn't go for the fissure. He goes for the Enchant Totem power.
Yeah, which is really nice if you're able to connect, but Puck was just a little too far away, and without the Blink Dagger, it's kind of hard to connect with that. Joral stalking HWA down in bottom. Gonna open with an auto attack, a Lizard Orb, but can't go for anything further. It's still gonna drop HWA down to about half, and probably force out the salve.
Why not use Waning Rift there?
I'm not exactly sure. I don't think he would have gotten the kill either way, and I think the outcome is going to be exactly the same, so...
That's true. That's a good point. Just a question. Actually, they're gonna go on He's up top, and he's just gonna go down really easily, landing his ultimate in the end. Might actually kill Funzy just because of that combination of the Poison Touch and that that Poison Wave. And wow, no denial from Cryo J. That's interesting.
You actually can't deny him unless he has Poison Gale on him. So.
Oh really? Mm-hmm. Oh. See, I always thought that Poison Nova was allowed to be denied. Interesting.
Nope. Poison, the Nova isn't fatal, so you can't deny it, and Poison Sting, although it is, can't be denied. They should probably change that around, but if I'm not mistaken, HF Persian tried to do it. He A-clicked his buddy.
Radiant's top tower is
that must be so frustrating. But yeah, okay, well, we both learned a lesson today, my friend, CryoJ. I'm sorry.
Ice Blast down in bottom, does land on a HWA, but that's not going to be a kill. There's no real way that they can go for that. The Venomancer has actually gone for one of the most, if not the most, passive build you can go for, as the Venomancer is completely invested into the wards as well as the Poison Sting. And he has a little farm to boot, and it looks like Venomancer is going to be rushing into a Necrobook.
Oh yeah, actually that Bell's strength is probably going to be a Necrobook. That's interesting because I thought Hehe's lineup was going to be more ganking and teamfight this fight. It seems like he's just kind of going for that split push strategy, just in case, to have versatility. And the Beastmaster actually dropping low against Sexy Bamboo. Sexy Bamboo completely finishing him off. That haste really strong. But the A ult is coming in, is going to hit Bamboo. Can he run away from this? He should be able to. No, the fissure from the Rubik actually stolen, and he should be fine still. Nihi's, though, almost going down, but still alright.
Yeah, it's going to be okay. That's kind of what I was talking about in the laning phase, even though I didn't see it on the sidelines. You're all going to be able to blow up the Beastmaster, jaunting to his orb, avoiding Sexy Bamboo, blink away towards the left, and he's going to be out there scot-free, even though very low in mana will be able to TP out cleanly.
That Gale was a little bit of... I don't know what Nihi's was expecting there to get the right moment.
I mean, you kind of have to go for it. It's not the biggest of commitments. It was definitely hopeful.
Yeah, it was. The question, oh, actually, Hua is going to be almost about the Ice Blast, but Funzy really wants to kill him with that, It's weird. Funzy has not done much, like, he's just lacking items here. I think he's probably going to go for a Blink or Travel. I don't know, really. I mean, his preferred build is Travel, but he seems to be lacking a Blink more than anything.
Yeah, I think this might just be a Blink game for him, to get on the backlines and assassinate the Silencer, which he'll be able to do so. Yeah, Mistcoil kills off the poor Hawk, but that's going to be about it. But Funzy, well, he was thinking about going in, going to be last word up by the Silencer. HWA going to get the last word stolen, returning the Roar onto HWA. That's going to be purged off with the Aphotic Shield, and now HWA silenced up, but he's going to be at 100 HP and didn't even drop low.
Yeah, that was okay. Hua, I managed to survive that. I mean, the Abaddon is just so hard to kill people when the Abaddon's around. And when the Abaddon manages to hit level 6, that's going to be quite crucial, because then he has to stop... He can stop worrying about himself and start worrying about, you know, every single ally that's died.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Right now, there's not really anything immediately jumping out on the map except for Sexy Bamboo. They drop the Mana Void onto him that does literally no damage, but it doesn't matter since Jaral is able to clean that up with a couple more auto attacks, just using the mini stun from the ulti coming out from AM. AM's going to be well on his way towards the Battle Fury after that kill, and, well, Ancient Apparition Ice Blast not going to land onto Fun. He'll be able to escape death after last worded up by the Rubik.
Yep. And it is going to be Child Boots for Mr. Funzy right now, which is interesting, because I really do think the Blink was a better choice in this case, but at least, I guess it gives him a little bit more ganking power. I don't know. It's not a bad choice by any means, it's just that it's not my preferred choice.
Yeah, I think it changes the way that you're going to play the Beastmaster. You're going to be more focused on split pushing lanes and scouting out with your Hawk. It's a global ganking threat instead of, like, an initiation range threat. It's probably better for split pushing and going across the map than for 5-on-5 fighting, but if Funzy plays accordingly, I think it's going to be okay.
Yeah, and he has I mean, it is his preferred playing style, so I agree. Also, it might be the Anti-Mage. He's going for Battle Fury, and, I mean, obviously, but it might be that the Anti-Mage and the Beastmaster and whatnot might be going for kind of a split push strategy that they like so much. Actually, Anti-Mage is in trouble. Sexy Bambo's going to find him. There's the ultimate. Oh, so much power. Pair's just being disintegrated. This duo has killed him a couple times already. Bambo's having none of this Anti-Mage.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Anti-Mage was looking somewhere else on the map or what, but he didn't even try to blink out of there. Sexy Bamboo just ripping him new one, and that's the power of the Core Shaker. The physical damage you're able to put out with the Enchant Totem, and just that instant lockdown. It's going to get even scarier once he has the blink, and he's going to have it at a decent timing as well, after going for so many intermediate items and the Arcane Boots as well as Bottle and Wand.
Yeah, actually that's very true. He should be, I mean, what's his next item now? Like, blink probably? Yeah, like you said.
For sure.
And then go for something like Daedalus, I think is the next item? Yeah?
We'll just have to see how much farm he's getting after getting that Blink Dagger. Just with the Blink, I think that's when he really starts to shine. Smoke coming out from Funzy isn't going to be popped yet. He's currently not spotted out by the enemy team. Some Plague Wards up on the high ground, potentially going to catch eyes onto this Beastmaster, but the enemy heroes are not close enough. Beastmaster looks like he's going to get a clean initiation onto HWA. Unless he smells something is going on, I think they know the Beastmaster's roaming through the woods, and they will ping their tree.
Yeah, and actually, now Nikis is actually in trouble. He's going to fight Jaral. Gonna get Fate Bolted to death. And, well, that's a dead Venomancer. That's the issue with the passive build. You can't really Venomous Scale and try to escape. It's kind of hard. It's just you don't have the output damage to kind of make yourself a threat because you can only put down wards. So you can't like Venomous Scale, then Venomous Nova, Poison Nova, and kind of right kick them to death. Which I guess is, yeah.
I mean, passive build or not, it's gonna become pretty irrelevant soon since he is level 12 and has so many points into all of his spells. But yeah, without any extra real survivability, just an Economicon for a little bit of extra strength and power treads. That's about it. Blink Dagger now on Bamboo. I expect this to be our next kill, and I think it's going to be on the Anti-Mage. Paris, there's a Blink Echo Slam in your future. 30 seconds on cooldown until they have that instant stun, but even without it, they might be able to kill him off.
That Hawk, though, oof. That Hawk is in a good position. He might actually catch him out. I think he might have seen the Arcane. I don't know if they were watching, though. Paris? Oh, no, Paris did not see this. The Blink. The stun starting out, and ooh, just barely missing him. Paris actually managed to blink away in the last second.
Yeah, you kind of need the Echo Slam to kill off the Anti-Mage. You need the instant stun.
Yeah, that's really, I feel sorry for him. Poor guy. Bambo was so happy, like, yeah, third kill on the Anti-Mage.
Yeah, it would have been pretty huge too. But now with the Echo Slam, Anti-Mage is going to have the Fear of God in him. He can't safely farm in his own jungle, even with the Battle Fury.
Yeah, it's true. Just I think somehow the Earthshakers managed to be more of a global presence than most of the heroes in Hehe. Even though the AA Blast actually gonna hit fun. This could be. I mean, this could be hard to counter. I mean, if they actually initiate now, this would be a good time to initiate. But no. Also, Agnim's already on the silencer. That's actually pretty fast.
Yeah, it is. He's been farming well. 103 last hits here at 18 minutes in. And has only died once, been involved in 1 kill. HWA is going to have a really nice timing on that. With only level 1 ulti, it's not the greatest, but he does have maxed out Curse of the Silence, so it is going to hurt, especially on heroes like the Beastmaster and Ancient Apparition, who are already pretty mana strapped.
I mean, that's what, 5 seconds of Curse of the Silence? So that's actually a lot of damage. It's around 300 damage to each hero. It's almost like a Zeus ultimate, actually.
Yeah, Zeus ultimate over time. Silence on the Anti-Mage, my goodness. It's going to be Sexy Bambo cleaning up another one. This time, he had the Echo Slam, so that's going to be a clean kill.
Yeah, Bambo must be really happy. He picks up the double damage room just to add insult to injury. If you find somewhere that double damage room, that's going to be really, really painful.
I don't think he's going to be able to do so. TP away from the only hero that was close, but actually Puck, no, Jarrell's here. Yule Scepter's going to delay this for a little bit longer. Global Silence committed, now they're going to jump in. With the Enchant Totem hit, he's just going to be bashed down. Silencer, getting Puck's Mega Kill streak as well. That's 1,300 gold now pooled on Silencer.
Wow, that's really good. That's actually, what do you think of that commitment of the Global Silence, though, to the kill on the Puck?
I think it's completely fine, because he had that spree. Maybe if it was a Puck that wasn't having that great of an impact, maybe you spare it, but 5-0-1, Puck's been having a great time, and that's a lot of gold for all of the heroes involved. And I don't think they'll need it, to be honest, for another 100 seconds, especially since they're also waiting for the cooldown on Echo Slam.
Yeah, that's actually a really good. I mean, these kills that they're getting with the Earthshaker is actually pretty good for this farm, and imagine to kind of delay the core's farm on Denial's side, which is actually quite great for Hehe's lineup, which relies more on the mid game. So I think Hehe is still definitely in the game, doing a very good job of keeping the cores at bay. And I mean, the only scary core I guess would be the Puck, but even so, he doesn't have that much. I mean, he's not that effective.
I mean, if we compared this game to last game about this time, it was almost like a 14,000 gold in experience advantage. Right now, it's just 1,200 or 2,500 in the favor of Denial. They do kill off the Shadow Demon, now looking towards HWA. Jarrell is going to drop him low, but now with the Abaddon helping him out, the Puck needs to get out of there. Last word damage is going to be avoided by the Blink, and now pursuing a courier slightly. Jarrell's not going to be able to commit any further, and the shield break is going to kill off Jarrell. Why was he fighting there?
I think he thought, I got the last word off. They must not have anything else, and then he forgot there was an Abaddon there.
I suppose so. That was a very questionable choice to fight. I think if he ran and just blinked away, he would have been completely fine.
I mean, it was close, to be fair, to killing them. I think he might have thought that the shield could have burst a little earlier. That could have been a possibility. I don't really know, but I mean, I'm just going to give him the benefit of the doubt here. Down in mid, actually, they're gonna go on Nihi. So that Echo Slam actually hitting a couple, fucking mad in trouble there, being completely destroyed. Nihi somehow still alive, not being hit by that ultimate just yet. But that, wow. Did you see that Wild Kid just kind of walks up, kills Nihi, walks back to his camp.
And in the meantime, Global Ultimate committed. They'll kill off the Beastmaster inside the base. Venomancer getting credit for that kill. Didn't actually see how that went down. It's a 1 for 3 after all is said and done. And that one kill was a Venomancer deny on a Wildkin, as you said. This creep right here, he's the MVP.
He really was, though. He just walked like a boss. That was like really impressive. Just kind of saw him. I thought he was like controlled by someone. Just one peek. One peck, sorry. But yeah, I don't know. That was a really good engagement for Hehe, and they're starting to really get the upper hand where they should, which is the mid game. And I mean, now it's starting to be kind of scary for the guys at Denial. Like the Beastmaster, which was so powerful earlier, is now going for an Economicon, not doing too well anymore. I mean, he's 3-3, and the last 3 deaths have been in the past minutes. So, and even the Puck, who's gone for Yo's, a little bit, not seeing his impact really in this game.
Yeah. Not really, definitely not as much as Sexy Bambo. Even though he's died 3 times, the Earthshaker's doing stuff like this. Onto Paris, he does not have an Echo Slam, and Paris is going to be able to blink away, and probably will survive. No Global Ultimate to kill off the Anti-Mage.
That's really unfortunate, actually. That Echo Slam is almost a necessity to kill this Anti-Mage. Would something like Ginsu's be like really crazy on this Earthshaker?
I would love that, but Bambo has different ideas. He's going to be going for a Shadow Blade.
Yeah, actually, that's the classic Earth Shaker, like a carry shaker. Sorry, like the pub carry shaker.
Because I'm not a huge fan of Shadowblade, especially after Blink. It might get you one surprise kill into the AM, but I think just going for the Scythe is the better late game tool, and if you want damage, just go for the crit.
Yeah, I completely agree. But it's a fun item to see, and I mean, it does give him, I guess, some survivability. It's would you really buy a ward just to kill this one here, which might sometimes have Shadowblade? I don't know. It's not the best of options. I mean, if you're gonna de-ward with them, you know what I mean, like.
I mean, they'll probably have sentries on, like, the Rubik, and he's gonna have to buy them, and it's probably necessary to kill off the Earthshaker, but investing in that much gold to force out some sentries from the support, I'm not sure if that's entirely worth it. If it gets him 1 or 2 kills onto Paris, I think then it's a valid item choice. And Paris is starting to pick up quite a lot of farming momentum. Even after dying 3 times, he's still able to see us like a champ.
That's true. Yeah, that's true, by the way. Really good point. Like, they got the Plague Wards, by the way. Plague Ward war on that with a Rubik and the Venomancer. But yeah, this Roshan, it's not going to go down just yet. They're kind of waiting here. Sexy Bambo might want to go in. He might stay with the armlet, by the way. That's a little... I remember seeing it with the pros. Actually, Puck going in, never mind. Sexy Bambo and Troll. Not being hit by the Ice Blast, though, but the rest of his team is... They're trying to get this Roche really badly, and the Puck has been put back to the cliff, I suppose. Earthshaker taking that Aegis, and now the Ward War continues. Ward on Ward action. And Hua now fighting... Trying to fight Puck? Not quite. Not finding him. And that's going to be it, really.
Yeah, Denial, they needed a lot more than just the puck in that pit to really contest, especially when the AA Blast doesn't land, and this game is looking good for hehe. Although if they don't close it out, close it out in like the next 10 minutes, then Anti-Mage is going to have a major item or two on top of his Yasha Yasha Battle Fury, excuse me, that he's already picked up, and then they're going to have a hard time killing him. But for now, hehe are looking good. They have a Medallion as well as Necronomicon on Venomancer, a similar build to the Beastmaster, except his is completed all the way up to level 3. The pushing power from hehe is pretty good, even with just the Veno contributing to the units and what have you. It is a completed Shadowblade on Earthshaker, and Sexy Bambo, he has eyes onto this Anti-Mage. Let's see if he's going to be able to kill him. Now with the Echo Slam, I think there's a good chance.
Yeah, I mean, and with a Shadowblade, at least the first time, he's definitely going to get a surprise factor there. But he's actually going to go for the Rubik a little... I don't completely agree. Also, not even going to use the crit from the Shadowblade. Actually just going to go with the Blink, probably, because he's not going to get there in time. I don't completely agree with this choice. I mean, he might have just shown his Shadowblade for no reason.
Oh, he just did. Yeah, they pinged him.
Why? Why, Sexy Bambo? Why?
I mean, I suppose it's some farming fear. HWA is not going to get some support out of Bambo, ends up canceling his TP as well. He doesn't know where the Anti-Mage is, to be fair, so going for the Rubik that you know is split pushing a lane, presumably solo, is probably the safer bet, but Sexy Bambo, it's ending up going to be punished since he does walk into a ward. Although he doesn't know that Shadowblade in mid, he hasn't been able to find an opening, and now he goes into Jural with the Enchant Totem, doesn't even get the second hit off before the puck gets disintegrated. Every time Echo Slam is up, Sexy Bambo can do exactly that. Just jump in, dunk, and kill.
Which makes me question if he's not... I mean, Ginter is definitely a great option, but what about something like Refresher?
Refresher is okay. He doesn't really have the mana pool to sustain it, but it would have been a nice choice.
Anna just dying. Sorry about that. Got TP
no problem.
Mana Void, and yeah, that was just a sad death.
Yeah, no problem. Now Sexy Bambo, Shadowblade, he doesn't have the ultimate to spend on Paris, but he still gets the secondary stun off, Enchant Totem hit, punching him down. Paris survives with 70 HP, but blink forward, Global Silence, he's gonna die to the Global Silence if nothing else, and Sexy Bambo gets to punch him down. As long as they have one of those ultimates up, killing the AM is very easy, and even CryoJ limping back to base after that ulti from the Silencer. Now with the Refresher, that's incredibly scary.
Oh, that's actually very true. That's actually a really quick X Refresher for the Silencer. Been farming really efficiently, actually leading the net worth chart. Wow, he's gonna become a pretty strong carry, like a force to be reckoned with for sure.
Definitely, and His right click are also pretty darn strong, even though he doesn't have the most stolen intelligence. It's still pretty significant. Drow tagged by Gale in mid will be able to jump to his orb, silence up the Venomancer, but this is a fight that he's not winning because of the Necronomicon Warriors. Now with an AA Blast, they are going to be able to kill off the Venomancer, and Yule Scepter on the puck is going to delay enough of that damage to where he survives. Global Silence onto Funzy, not going to kill him off inside the base, although he's not going to be very comfortable. Bottling up, trying to do as much as he can. The ultimate coming out for the Venomancer, it's almost enough to take him down. The last tick is not going to do it, surviving at 70 HP because of the bottle charges.
Yeah, I mean, good bottle charges.
Sexy Bambo?
But oh, there it is. There's the Sexy Bambo trying to kill the puck, but not actually managing. That's quite unfortunate because he might be brought down. He has no backup right now, but he does have an Aegis. Echo Slam in a couple of seconds. You know what we haven't seen, actually? A strong Echo Slam. Like a 5-man Echo Slam, anything of the sort.
Yeah, I don't know. The way that Sexy Bambo is playing it, and with the Shadow Blade, he's looking more for those pickoffs, so the most I think we've seen is a 2-hero Echo Slam, but he is looking for another Shadow Blade initiation. He's not going to find the AM. He's currently inside their woods, and Fun might end up giving his life to the AM. He's going to be spotted out and just blink away from the Anti-Mage. He's going to bump the Abaddon as well, and now here comes Bambo. Haste Rune, like a freight train, Ancient Apparition Blast flying through as well. They spot him out, jump in, almost gets Paris, but won't be able to do so. Sexy Bambo doesn't get the vision, and they really would like to have some aggressive wards to ensure kills on the AM.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate there. That he was just barely there, really. And as they go on Funzy, I don't know if that's going to be an actual kill, but he's definitely trying hard. Bambo, in he goes, uses his ultimate as well. He has Fissure ready, and that's a strong Fissure, but I don't know how useful it's going to be. He had Rubik actually using his ultimate against him. That's going to be a dead Earthshaker, but he does have the Aegis. He's going to be fine, fucking mad, and now in trouble. Probably, no! Not going down, not just yet. Fucking man actually manages to get out alive, but that's good TP. And the Anti-Mage also alive. Not the best Echo Slam I would have said there. I think I'm maybe a little bit too risky. I guess he wanted to use his Aegis before it, like he was like what, 40 seconds away from losing it?
Yeah, so it's pretty much just an Echo Slam for a Beastmaster kill, which I think isn't entirely worth it, but at least they used the Aegis for something, and it's stopping Funzy from putting any pressure around the map. Puck gets a tier 1 tower down in bottom. Man fighting up against Bambo is going to work because of the silence. But for now, it's hehe to play this boat pushing game.
I mean, they're doing a good job at it. They do have the pushing power of the Anti-Mage and the Beastmaster, and Ancient Operation really does a good job at stopping split pushes as well, if the enemy team decides to go for the same thing with that Venom. So I guess it's decent. The only thing I think would change the game quite well is Sexy Bambo getting a Ginsu. So that would really change.
Definitely, and that's quite a long ways away, especially now that he's going for a crit. This is the classic Carrier Shaker build.
Yeah.
Can't really fault him for it. It's a lot of fun to watch, but I think just going for the lockdown and ensuring those pickoffs would be a little bit better, but to each his own. Let's see if it's going to work out for him. Ultimate coming down in 20 seconds. He can look for a fight. They also are going to have the double global ulti.
Yeah, that's true. That double global ultimate does a lot of damage as well, and that's Ancient Operation ult is to miss. And also, that's a 12 second silence. Like, if they can manage to get them in a bad enough position that can't run away easily. Actually, no, never mind. Sexy Bambo in trouble, being hit by a Dream Coil. That's the first ultimate being thrown out. And the ultimate from the Earthshaker actually completely missing there, not hitting a single thing.
Radiant's top towers.
Wow.
And they also committed the double global for that. That's a pretty big win for Denial, even though they lose the tier 2 tower top and a little bit of chip onto their tier 3 tower. This is a huge window where Denial don't have to worry about these ultimates and can farm freely and put some pressure on the enemy side of the map. Tier 2 tower down in bottom, probably going to be straight up taken. Anti-Mage popping the illusions, they'll be cleaned up pretty quickly. But still, that's going to be 160 seconds where they don't have the global, and now HWA roared in mid with the axis dropped down to half, has an AA blast on top of him, and HWA is going to fall.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate team fights right now for the hehe team. I mean, I think after Echo Slam, that must be so demoralizing. Yeah, just a really bad Echo Slam. It just happens sometimes, but you know. And the game's actually coming out on the puck first. That's going to be a really good lockdown for the Earthshaker. And now it's getting closer to the late game. The Anti-Mage should be able to take over this game.
Yeah, he currently only has the Manta Battle Fury, but has 3,400 gold on top of it. Paris, he doesn't have the greatest of KDAs. 2, 4, and 1, definitely not something that you'll be proud of as an anti-mage, but he's been able to maintain his farm, currently atop the last hit chart, and top of the net worth as well. And from here on out, killing Paris is going to be that much harder. With the Spell Shield as well as the Null Field coming out from the Rubik, he's going to have a lot of magic resist, which he rely very heavily to get their kills. Although, even with those tools, it's a level 3 Venomancer ultimate with Ags. Nihiz, if he lands that onto like 3 heroes of Denial, I think that's pretty much one fight for Hehe.
Yeah, that's good. It's actually quite, I don't know, they're actually in a lot of trouble right now, I would say.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Anti-Mage needs to finish his heart, and then he needs to do some more damage. He can do a significant amount with those Manta Illusions with the Mana Burn, but it just doesn't feel like it is enough. If he had a Basher on top of the heart, maybe then, but that's still going to be about 10 minutes away.
No, he's still a little bit far from that, and I don't know, I mean, the Endmage is kind of strong, like I said, but yeah, you're right. Like, he's still missing those key pieces, I would suppose, but once he gets them... Oh, and Stricken actually completely destroying the Rubik. But once more, committing that Echo Slam, is it really worth it for a Rubik?
I'm gonna say no this time. Oh, Mana Void mid-cast animation, almost canceling that TP. Earthshaker's gonna make it back to base safely, but... yeah, I don't think so. This time the ultimate cooldowns aren't coinciding as well with the Silencer. Silencer's gonna have his double global up in less than 30 seconds, or scratch that, he's forced to use it in mid, trying to bail out Nihiz. Nihiz gets off his ultimate, but the Mana Void hits so hard onto this poor Venomancer, ward off, but instantly purged by the shield. Dream Coil onto 3, no follow-up damage for it, however, and Abaddon's healing through all of this. Funzy survives, Pocket's dropping very low, and ends up dying to the Shadow Demon over on the left side of this fighter, if you can even call it that. Hehe come out on top. Even after using the Echo Slam in a suboptimal way, they take the fight effectively 3v4.
I mean, I guess it was a decent effort by them.
Yeah, it worked out in the end. Global Ultimate, even though they didn't have the double Global Ulti, it's still very significant damage.
But see, notice how my reaction is always like meh. Like, these fights keep being meh, and like, especially for hehe, you don't need meh at this point. You need like big team fight with that Earthshaker ultimate, with that Silencer ultimate. Even with the Venomous pushing, no, he has Aghanim's. He hasn't been using it effectively at all, and just destroy him and start pushing, because right now their time is running out. The Silencer, I mean, the Anti-Mage is gonna take some time to get that heart plus the Basher, but it's not gonna take him that long. Like, he's almost there.
Yeah, and, well, this next Aegis, for Hehe, they need to really put it to good use. It's going to be a double life for Bambo, and they have his ultimate available, and double global ultis coming up in 50 seconds. I think once they have the double global from HWA, that's when they need to push down bottom, take that tier 2, and consider going high ground at that point.
I think Bambo might die just to the Ancient Apparition ultimate, actually. He's really close. Oh, he's not going to shatter. And there it is. He's going to go now on Funzy. Funzy in trouble, but no, not going to continue that.
Yeah,
no, not getting the Echo Slam this time. Wow.
Yeah, showing some restraint. Funzy's going to be turned on by the Shadow Demon as well as by the Silencer. With that Purge, it'll be plenty, and now they have all of their ultimates available. Fissure, nice one for Bambo. Locks effing Matt on the wrong side of the Fissure, however, no Blink Daggers from the rest of his team are going to mean that it actually doesn't mean anything at all. So, scratch that, but it's still one fight for Hehe, and they hold on to the Aegis. This is the time that they need to push. They have both of their globals, they have their Echo Slam.
Yeah, now they have to, if anything, they have to force a team fight and win it, and then push after. Like, there's no situation which farming right now and just playing passive is the better option. So, my question is, why? Hey, what are you doing right now? Why is Sexy Bambo looking for kills when he should just be going for team fights?
Tis mine.
Yeah, I mean, top lane is pushing in a little bit, so maybe take like a wave or two out of top just to put some pressure on that lane. But you really should start grouping up, and I think the lane to push is bottom. Not only will you get a tier 2 tower at the very least, you have the potential to go high ground after the fact. It's a lot safer than pushing mid, and honestly, I think just pushing anywhere would be better. Jiral potentially getting stalked by Sexy Bambo. This could be the pickoff that they're looking for. Jump in, doesn't get the Echo Slam off, and, well, Fissure is going to land onto Jiral. He's not going to be able to bridge the gap. Already used the Blink Dagger, get in position. Global ulti number 1 going to be used off by the puck into an Enchant Totem. Echo Slam again, whiffed by Sexy Bambo. Enchant Totem misses too. Blink away from Sexy Bambo. Can't get the Fissure off onto Jiral, and Sexy Bambo, that is the second with on his ultimate. My goodness, that must be so demoralizing.
That was just I don't know, why would you Echo Slam? Regardless if it actually hit the puck and they got on a kill. Even if I got on a kill, wouldn't it have been worth it? They wasted a Global Silence and an Echo Slam for that. Like,
I mean, I can understand the mentality, like, we just used an global ulti, we need to get this kill after the fact, but they don't even get that, and it's a huge win for Denial. This is hehe's biggest opportunity in a long time down the drain.
yeah, that's entirely true, and now Denial is just kind of calmly going to farm up again, and look at Paris. Paris is got his heart, he's close to getting his Basher as well, like, he's now a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, and I'm not sure he's really manageable. Hehe. They have a Scythe now on HWA, which is a really significant item choice, or item pickup rather for them. And I like the item choice. The double Scythe as well inside the teamfight's really strong. His is pursuing after Giral, but that's not really a chase you can go for, especially a solo. Beastmaster up on the high ground, going to be pursued by the Shadow Demon. Nothing's really breaking out as of yet. The Dire are currently on a perpetual chase and a denial, but honestly, they could probably turn this around if they get too comfortable. And it looks like Hehe are just going to fall back.
Yeah, I mean, probably the best of choices actually, because it comes to a point where like if they fight near Paris without any lockdown, no Ginzas on this Earthshaker, it's kind of bad actually. Like, how do you stop the Silencer? They don't have a good lockdown. Actually, they're gonna go on Sexy Bama with the Ginzus. Surprise, surprise, teaching him a lesson, and they know where he is because they have a gem on the puck. That's the Aegis drop. Can they go for him again? The silence being thrown out. So I guess it's actually really good for Denial. That was just easy. They barely committed anything to that kill, and they're actually going to go for the puck, just finishing him off with that, again, Echo Slam.
I'm okay with them using Echo Slam there, but...
Coming to the point where using Echo Slam has just become an okay thing, like, fine, maybe, okay, I'll give it to you.
Yeah, it really is. It's not supposed to be like that, but at least you're getting something with the cooldown. It's better than not using it, but you really do want to be using it in a 5-on-5 engagement, and it's just going to stall out the game for Hehe. It buys them a little bit of time, but not enough to really warrant it. With the Daedalus on Earthshaker, there's not really anything that Hehe are waiting, except for those cooldowns. That Echo Slam I'm okay with, mostly because HWA already uses double global, but now Boots of Travel into the Hawk, they get to roar into HWA with Rubik also here, they're going to be able to lift him up with the Necronomicon army beating away at him. That's going to be silenced down, and global ulti stolen by Rubik, my goodness. Anti-Mage gone up on top is going to get a lot of damage from Sexy Bambo, but Bambo doesn't have a whole lot of mana and won't be able to pursue that Anti-Mage. He'll be able to blink away cleanly. Global ulti stolen by the Rubik right now isn't the greatest of spells for the Rubik since he doesn't get the Aghanim Scepter, but it's still one of the best spells to steal because of the control that it offers. Denial, it's just looking so good for them. They're getting to the point where it's their turn to put pressure onto Hehe.
I mean, it's like right now with the Animage form and that possibility to do that global silence as well. Sure, it's, I mean, how many seconds? It's 6 seconds, I believe. Yeah. It's actually still very powerful. It's 6 seconds of silence. He can actually prevent an Echo Slam and a global silence if he plays it well. So I think it might be the time for Denial to just kind of start pushing maybe and doing what hehe failed to do.
I think that's fair. They don't really need the pickoff. They have all of their cooldowns available once Beastmaster roars back up. Ancient Apparition is back into the base, but he can just stay there. All they need him for is the Ice Blast, and, well, they're going to find Nihiz inside the jungle, beating away at him with the Anti-Mage. Echo Slam onto 2. Global Ultimate, however, from the Rubik's going to save Anti-Mage's life as he's able to blink away, and Puck also surviving with very low HP. Puck, looking for the blink out, is going to avoid the demonic purge. Blink out towards global ultimate committed by the silencer. Going to be Yule's added by Giral, commits a Dream Cool, gets hexed and then killed. Gem on the deck for the Puck, but that was another global ultimate. If the gem wasn't lost, I think that's okay for Denial even, but Hehe, they need to do something and they need to do something quickly. But it doesn't feel like they have the cooldowns to do so.
No, I completely agree. It's come to the point where like they rely so much on those ultimates. And we haven't even talked about the Venomancer ultimate, by the way, but it's not been used so effectively. And I think that's the issue. If these ultimates were used effectively, like... Oh, never mind. Up top. Sorry.
Yeah, they're going to go into Paris, but no crit on the Enchant Totem. Paris survives at least for now, although completely tapped out mana. They'll be able to pursue him without any blinks, and there's the big crit that we've all been waiting for, and they'll call off the AM.
And now it could be the time for them to win. Like, even if they don't, like, they have one ultimate, yeah, they have at least one global silence. They have the Echo Slam, if I'm not mistaken. No, they don't. 44 seconds, 40 seconds till the Echo Slam. And they do have a Venomous Poison Nova, so they can fight this, I would say. They can force at least the buyback on the Anti-Mage, even though they don't know there's buyback on him.
Yeah, I mean, they could probably assume that he has buyback since he hasn't bought anything major since the Heart. Roar onto HWA, jump in from the Earthshaker, obliterates the poor Rubik. Venomancer ultimate lands onto nothing, actually. Jump in from the puck, silence the Loser Orb onto 2, immediately killing off the Earthshaker with the chilling effect from the Ancient Apparition. Out into the real world, coming out from the Venomancer, turning into CryoJ. CryoJ is going to drop pretty low, but not low enough, and in the meantime, Fun is going to be pursued by the puck. Heals from the Abaddon as well as the mechanism is going to mean that he's back up to half HP, and the ultimate is cooling down for the puck. He is going to be able to drop it into Fun. Now with the, excuse me, Waning Rift, he'll drop him low, but will he even be able to kill him? Abaddon is healing overtime, and Puck forced to a Loser Orb. Jaunt out of there to keep himself alive. He's the one taking the lesser after the exchange. Yule Scepter up in the air, going to have a blink, cooling down shortly. Loser Orb, blink away. He's going to survive at least for now up towards the north, making a lot of space for the rest of his team that they can't really use since they're dead, but at least stopping Hehe from pushing high ground. Going to try to phase shift, dodge attack from the little ward. Jirall still survives, blinks over the creep wave. They have perfect vision of him, but it doesn't matter. Anti-Mage, it's been stalled out long enough to where he's able to get back in the fight without buying back.
Yeah, and that's actually the worst case scenario, I guess. They couldn't even force the buyback on the Anti-Mage, and now the Anti-Mage is kind of like... the ward just kind of died in his presence. He can just start... I mean, he doesn't even need to farm anymore. What other items does the Anti-Mage need at this point?
Not really anything. He's not going to go for that Basher, instead going for the Butterfly, but I don't think it matters. It's still a huge big-ticket item that's going to mean that he's going to be doing a lot of damage, and Hehe do very little to him. I quite like the Butterfly up against the Earthshaker. Just blocking that one hit if it does come out, and if that hit doesn't crit, I don't think they kill off Paris. He just has too much HP, and Denial, although they lose a fight, it's going unpunished.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Actually, this is the kind. It's this kind of stuff that might make him lose the game.
Yeah, currently the gold and XP graphs are very interesting to look at, but the actual numbers coming out from them aren't. It's completely zeroed out on either side.
Yeah, and more importantly, it's the fact that it's not entirely zeroed out in terms of advantage. Like, now it's Denial's advantage, just because of the lineup they have. Like, I don't think a Carry Shaker or even a Silencer can compete against an Anti-Mage in this point of the game. I don't know. I mean, they definitely have some late game, but, you know.
Echo Slam, what was that, Bambo? Blink into Echo Slam on literally nothing, gets hexed up by the puck. Jirall turns and right-clicks him a couple of times. Bambo looking for the fissure, completely whiffs again, and Chant Totem isn't even coming out. They will get a disruption. Global Silence comes out from the Silencer, but he's down on the other side of the fight. Jirall getting punched down by Bambo, finally able to do some damage, but I might be picking the wrong fight. It's down to bottom. Global Silence stolen by Effing Mad, returns it on the enemy team, but can't cancel the TPs. However, it might be enough to save Jirall's life. Jirall towards the right, going to blink away. Fissure again, he's guessing the wrong direction. Jirall doesn't have a TP, or does have a TP, but can't really use it comfortably. Dream Coil onto nothing. Many ultimates were whiffed that day. Elusive Orb Jaunt eventually coming out from the puck, but not going to catch out Effing Mad immediately. Or Sexy Bambo, excuse me. Blinks away, TP's out, and that was...
Awful.
I have no words. How many team fights do you get to watch when you have a Dream Coil that misses onto everything, and an Echo Slam that hits air? My goodness.
That wasn't the first Echo Slam I just did that, to be honest. I mean...
No, but that one was worse than the other ones. The puck wasn't even close.
Completely fair point. He missed the fissure afterwards. I mean, it's just... I don't know, I think Bambo, perhaps after all these Echo Slams, he might be on tilt. Like, does it not seem that to you? Like, he just seems like a little bit stressed out.
It definitely feels like it. It feels like he's trying a little too hard to get things done by himself, where he could be just grouping up with his team and fighting with their ultimates instead.
I remember Bambo used to be known for this, like, super aggressive and sometimes a little bit reckless play. So it's I can imagine it. Like, he just Bambo doing Bambo things. Sometimes he just kind of goes a little bit too harsh. And since he's been missing all these Echo Slams lately, and on top of that, he hasn't been getting the kills necessary and whatnot, he's just kind of thinking, I need to get more kills, I need to get more kills. When in fact, what he should be doing is just kind of trying to push.
I mean, to be fair to Bambo, you can miss like 5 Echo Slams, but as long as your structures are still standing, you really only need that one big Echo Slam to come back into the game. But
that's true.
It's still not a good situation for Hehe. This game is stalled out way too long, and Anti-Mage is getting dangerously close to being 6-slugged. He has boots to replace the bots, and TP Scroll to replace with an Abyssal Blade, and he'll get very close to doing so.
It seems that they... Oh, no. Actually, Bambo and Funzy seem to be playing kind of a little dance here. Nothing gonna come out of it, though.
Yeah, Bambo will get out to safety, but the lanes are just not in a good situation for Hehe. The Anti-Mage split pushing power it seems to be a little too much for them. And the push up top from Denial, they're putting a lot of pressure. Global ultimate comes out from the Rubik. They're going to be able to get a roar into HWA. There's not going to be an ultimate coming out from them. They get the Mana Void, does a huge truck ton of damage to both the, excuse me, Silencer and the Shadow Demon. Fissure comes out from Sexy Bamboo, but he's dropping too low. Anti-Mage is inside the bubble, and Paris is going to take a decent amount of damage. Silencer buys back, does get the global ultimate off. Echo Slam onto Paris. He does get crit once, but the second two attacks miss. Doesn't matter. They skill kill off the Anti-Mage. Global Silence number 2, dropping everybody low. Ancient Apparition not going to take down to the ultimate coming out from the Silencer. The creeps will do a decent amount of damage. Survives with about 50 HP, a little bit more than that, in fact. Anti-Mage down, but still they force out the buyback from the Silencer, and they have a buyback available for the Anti-Mage if they really need it, but honestly, I don't think he can push that fast.
No, at this point, I mean, I don't know actually though, because before, the reason why they weren't pushing that fast is because they decided not to push, and once more they're going to do the same thing. They're going to go for Roche, which I think in this case is actually kind of a mistake, despite, I mean, usually it's a good idea, but in this case, like, I don't think you have time to Roche.
Well, time or not, Anti-Mage, his buyback is forced out, and it looks like they want to contest the Roche Pit. No Echo Slam for 60, not a single global ultimate for 80, and not a double for 120. Puck will lose Orb in the pit, doesn't catch vision, and this is a really tense situation where either side could lose the game. Both of their primary carries are without buyback.
Yeah, it's pretty bad actually. But still, however, I would give a Denial a slight advantage. How hard is killing the Anti-Mage as opposed to killing the Earthshaker? Like, also the fact that the Butterfly counters the Earthshaker pretty well, because it's just about luck carrying the and being able to just evade the crits.
Oh, Roar, they found Sexy Bamboo over on the sidelines, and he'll be brought down before he's able to do anything. AA Blast is going to do him in. Dream Coil onto 3. No follow-up. Shadow Demon breaks at HWA is, however, being held outside of the pit, and his forced to TP away. Venomancer's not going to be inside this fight. In fact, goes all the way back to the base. Anti-Mage now jumping in, obliterating Fun. Drops so low, forced to self-disrupt. The axes come through. Ghost Scepter's going to save his life, at least for now, but the Mana Void's going to do him in. Gem on the deck, and will be secured by Denial very shortly. Anti-Mage now into the Roche Pit. It's Denial's turn to get a second life for their core.
Yeah, and now that the Carry Shaker is not there to help at all, this could turn into easily at least one lane of racks. With Paris, with Aegis, like, how do you kill this guy at this point? He has 2 lives in Heart and Butterfly, like, it's gonna be really bad, really hard to kill. And they have 45 seconds, should be enough. Well, around, I guess when they get the Aegis, around 30 seconds to push, and they can even force a team fight at this point, so, I don't know.
Yeah.
Rust
Silencer,
time.
yeah. Silencer is doing a lot of damage and has his double global cooling down very soon. But even so, there's a cheese as well for Denial that's probably going to be past the Anti-Mage once the Aegis dies, but probably the Puck to hold on to it. Jarrell currently with 2 gems is going to pass one to CryoJ and pick up the cheese for himself.
Yep. That's going to be pretty good, actually, for Denial. And do you think it should now force a team fight, or just kind of keep farming and waiting it out?
They're under no real pressure to force a team fight, and especially since the ultimates are up for hehe, it is pretty risky. So maybe just wait until Paris completely gets 6-slotted, or at least has the gold for it again. They aren't going to have a window where, or they are going to have a slight window where buyback is available for the Anti-Mage, and there's still an Aegis on top of it. Although that's going to be incredibly short, but bigger for them. Refresher Orb picked up by the Beastmaster. We're going to be seeing some double roars.
Oh, that's gonna be quite interesting. He does have the mana pool to sustain it at this point, so interesting actually. Just waiting for that refresher on the Ancient Apparition, and then my life will be complete. No. Do you think another item I think would be actually quite nice to see would be an Agonist perhaps on the Rubik?
Yeah. It really
and
would.
Up top, you know, the ultimate is being used, and this Puck can actually knock it away, but he's evaded the ultimate, though, with his Yols. Really smart move by his part. Now they're going to try killing these Fun, but they have no way of stopping him. That's the issue of not having Basher. He can use Flutter from the Butterfly, but he's not going to use it in the end. Blue Banana being caught out in the end. He has his ultimate, but even if it gets popped, oh, never mind. They're actually going to go for it. There's no follow Blue Banana. They just want to kill him really badly. It's going to be an easy kill, and that's like quite a major support because he cannot help his other supports. The Puck actually making it out, and Fun making it out as well. Right now, the Anti-Mage just kind of being attacked by his own illusions, and Hua trying to deal with some damage. Only 14 intelligence stolen, though. That's pretty bad, and he has no ultimate at this point because he has been turned into a pig. He has a global silence, though. However, if he gets back up, no, he's been silenced. Can he use it? Is the question. Should he use it? Is the question. No, he doesn't even need to. Fun just being disintegrated there by Paris. And, well, it kind of sucks. They're actually going to go for this tower really easily. That's going to be the super push of Paris. Those solutions not doing even much damage. Now it seems like the Ice Blast is going to come, hit Sexy Bambo. That's really good because in the Aghanim's Ice Blast, if the anti-mage had to go in, he could easily kill Sexy Bambo and or Nihis. So, question is, where's the anti-mage? Just kind of split pushing here slightly.
Yeah, the backdoor protection kicked in, and the lane equilibrium wasn't in a great place for Denial, so they weren't able to commit for that Rax up top. And they did have to use the cheese for that exchange, but it still favors Denial, except for down in bottom, where the Beastmaster and company got picked off. I think that's pretty even for either side, but Anti-Mage is still going to be scarier, even though Venomancer has a lot of net worth. It's Necrobook, Scythe, Veil, nice utility, and a decent amount of magical damage, but that's not enough to burst down the Anti-Mage before he takes out your entire team and your Rax.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, when the enemy comes knocking at their door, what are they supposed to do? The Beastmaster almost there as well with his travel boots. But I mean, they don't continue this push. They're just gonna take it calmly. Weird though, because I would at least use the Aegis for something.
As I was saying, there is a really small window where Buyback and Aegis are going to be there for the Anti-Mage, and maybe that's the one they're trying to hit, although that's very difficult to, since his Buyback, the cooldown on that is 6 minutes, and there's only like a minute where that's going to be available, even less than that in fact.
Yeah, it's 2 minutes, around 1 minute and 30 seconds around for the Buyback to be available, and I actually don't know when the Aegis is going to be returned, but it's almost there. Can you read this clock?
I think it's about the same timer, actually.
Okay, we're gonna go with that.
Yeah. Boots of Travel now on the Anti-Mage is going to be able to split push a little bit more effectively with them, and it does free up the Aegis slot for the Abyssal Blade, but Anti-Mage, as soon as he picks up that Abyssal, he is going to be completely capped out, and maybe hehe are just going to be able to get more items, or enough items to deal with this Anti-Mage, because nobody else on Denial is really getting anything. Refresher on Beastmaster is going to be really nice, but it doesn't do the damage. They rely very heavily on Paris to bring the targets.
Yeah, so now, do you think there's pressure on them? Oh, Bam almost destroying this Puck. Puck actually managing to blink away, jaunt to the orb. He should be alright. He has travel boots after all. And evading that global science, really smart in the Puck. Wow, that was really clever. And he's trying to just kind of trick Bambo, saying like, I'm not here, I swear, and then blink away. Really smart. Jonathan Draw's playing a really good game with the Puck, even though he's dying quite a lot. But, yeah, so do you think now there's pressure on the Denial people to just kind of push?
I don't think there's much pressure, but I would like to see them make that move.
So they can end at the 1 point, yeah.
Well, not even just that, but they're also at a point where Silencer doesn't have double global. He's already used the refresher up top, so there is quite an opening. Aegis has expired onto Paris, so there is that to consider, but he is going to have buyback now. That has cooled down, so he now has Basher, and I think that's enough to allow Denial to push into the enemy team.
Okay, I guess that's fair enough. That's actually quite an easy push, but at the same time, I don't tell you, like, if I was the anti-mage and the enemy team was just, again, just could has come out on the Silencer, it could easily come out on the Shaker at one point. Like, they're not in a good position by any means, but at the same time, they could come up with techniques to just destroy this anti-mage, even with a butterfly. And the Silencer only gets better as the game progresses, so, I don't know, like, there's definitely no pressure, but they definitely should start something at one point, just so they can actually finish this off, because the Silencer is just too strong in the late game.
Yeah, it just feels like neither team are comfortable starting any engagements, or maybe you're too comfortable just chilling back. I don't know. The opening was there, but that's going to be closed fairly quickly for hehe as they get all of their cooldowns available. But now Denial are going to push. There's still about a minute till the refresher is available for the Silencer, so they're not going to have to deal with the global. And now they find initiation on the Bambo with the roar as well as the axes. Axes avoided by the disruption. They have another roar available after the refresher, but Funsy's scythed up. The Anti-Mage isn't here, but he is in spirit. The Manta Illusions are going to work on the sidelines, but for now, that's pretty much just traded cooldowns. Nobody actually drops low. But HWA, jump in, Hex, they're gonna go for the Silencer again. This time the roar, but Sexy Bambo with a huge Echo Slam on to 3, trying to focus down Funzy. Big crit, global ulti's gonna end Funzy's life, and now Paris silenced up. He's a pig, he's gonna die as well. Puck dies, triple kill for HWA, and that's going to be all she wrote for hehe after several missed Echo Slams. Bambo finds a good one.
Is that the opportunity they were looking for? Should they start a push at least to force the buybacks out or something of the sort?
Yeah, I think so. Is there any reason not to? It's an H apparition and Rubik, the only ones alive.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, that Rubik is really scary with that blink tag on that urn, but you know, maybe if they can overcome their fears, they should be able to do so. And I mean, that was great. Also got a lot of intelligence for the silencer, and that was a beautiful Echo Slam. That's the Echo Slam I've been waiting for all game from Bambo. I'm glad he's coming back. He has a BKB now. Like, it's really good. The carry shaker is being starting to be effective now of all times.
Yeah, 57 minutes, not what you usually expect, but
Yeah.
Echo Slam is just such an amazing ability.
It really is, and it's weird because like you force like if you're in the anti-mage, do you go for the BKB now? What do you take instead of the BKB? Like is that something you start considering?
You would probably have to ditch the Battle Fury if you want a BKB, so...
But then you lose the split pushing potential.
Exactly, and if you ditch the Mantis style, then you kind of have to save your BKB for the global ulti, but then you have 2 global ultis to deal with anyway. I think you just kind of have to fully commit to the Abyssal Blade. Maybe you have some courier shenanigans where you switch the BKB to yourself, pop it, jump into the fight, and then switch it back afterwards to the Battle Fury so you can split push.
Radiant's toughened up their structures.
But honestly, I don't know. Anti-Mage is pretty much capped out. We're getting very close to it at that.
Yeah, we're gonna be close to this like late game, and they're actually gonna try to take this tower rather easily. A couple of enchant totems ought to do it, but he's not using them for some reason. Alright, well, they have the Echo Slam as well, so now they're gonna go on Hua, who's a little bit in trouble. He has a Refresher plus the ultimate. He's not using it just yet. He might want to use it soon though. Well, at least want to consider it. But there's the Echo Slam with just the Rubik, and we're back to that. We're back to just a simple support Echo Slam. The Silence not coming out just yet because he has it in a couple seconds, so he's just gonna wait for it. Pretty smart on Hua's part. There's the Global Silence. He might want to use it right now, but he's decided not to. The Shaker is already down, and Silence is to be used in the end just so they can prevent some kills, some deaths there, and the Venom Ultimate as well. Double Silence coming out just for the double damage, and Paris is just withstanding everything. He doesn't even care at this point. Just kind of destroying Nihis, but Nihis somehow making alive? No. Dying in the last second, and they have, again, buyback on 2 heroes, plus the Silencer. I mean, plus the Shadow Demon who's still alive, trying to get that regen rune, and some, I mean, the Shadow Demon should be alright. Oh, poor guy. Got faded bullet.
There you go. Well, it is going to be 2 for 4 after all is said and done. Both teams using quite a bit. Slight advantage towards Denial. Even though Anti-Mage dies, he gets a lot of gold. Now buying back, they want to end this game now. Boots to travel up to the top lane, buy back to the Venomancer, as well as the Beastmaster. Silencer has it, and now he's going to spend it. Denial, after quite a long time of passivity, are just like, let's end this game now. 2 buybacks spent for 2 buybacks, and it looks like that's enough to sound the retreat. There's your Abyssal Blade completed on Paris. And although Anti-Mage didn't take much damage from the enemy heroes directly, those illusions from the Shadow Demon really did a number onto him and just wasn't able to completely clean house. We'll have to see. They're going for barracks down in bottom. This is pretty risky. No buyback on the Anti-Mage, but do they have a way to lock him down? Let's see.
Well, seems like for now the Anti-Mage will actually not be able to completely commit to this. There's the puck in a really weird position, again, for no reason. And the wards are actually really good at defending the base as well. But they just can't take those racks, it seems like. The John from the puck, actually Joral going down next to the Venomancer, or actually the Silencer. That's going to be 2 extra intelligence for the Silencer, so slowly but steadily his intelligence is climbing. And I'm trying to smell one of those like old games, like the Draw from Alliance, and I don't know who. I hope that's not the case though. Now they're going to continue for Sexy Banana, Sexy Bambo, what am I saying? Sexy Banana. Sexy Bambo will be hit by the Ice Blast and by the Boar, but not enough damage.
Yeah, I would have liked to see Denial, even without the puck, maybe stick around and just keep on sending Anti-Mage illusions into the base, but Paris is going to fully pull back, which is fine as well. Roshan's going to the next objective for Hehe. They will probably be able to take this with no contention from Denial. Without the puck, their potential to fight inside the Roche pit is fairly limited, although this is an incredibly beefy Roshan, not beefy enough. Disruption onto the illusions of the Anti-Mage is going to mean that the illusions that Anti-Mage look to scout the Roche pit with are going to be all taken up, Aegis by HWA, Sexy Bambo with the cheese. He got what they came for.
And I mean, this game is still very well, and either team can win actually, because it just really goes down to one team fight. Who can win that one team fight? I think at this point maybe Denial might want to go for a split pushing strategy, but then again, if they get caught, you know, then it's all over for them. So it's definitely not the best option either. So, what is the game plan for both teams? Do you think?
Wait until there's an opening.
Okay, but Beautiful, beautiful.
Exactly.
You're like Winston Churchill, but in Dota. No, but in more concrete terms, like, is there anything that either team has to do?
Not really. Like, it's gonna rely more on the enemy making a mistake and you being able to capitalize on that, rather than you actually playing well yourself. Right now, both teams like split push, put pressure on lanes as much as you can, and don't get caught. And the enemy team is looking to catch you out. If you get like the boots of travel into Hawk for denial onto like the silencer, and then follow up with the anti-mage blink abyssal, that's going to be the move that you'd have to make. But for now, hehe are bottled up in their base, but it doesn't really matter at this point if their income is delayed. It is hehe on the defensive, but their high ground defense is pretty darn immense with the blinking Earthshaker.
So now the question of the game is someone going to end up winning this game, or do you think we're going to have a tie?
Somebody is going to win this game, and I think it's going to be on who makes the bigger mistake, and that mistake might be Bambo. Goes up way too close, going to be lifted, as well as Roar. Defensive disruption is going to delay things, but a secondary Roar, they won't be able to get the access. Global ulti is going to save Sexy Bambo for now, but Anti-Mage cleans house, and that's the opening that Denial have been looking for. Boots of Travel galore coming into the boar. Hua is trying to put as much damage as possible in the Ancient Apparition, but gets obliterated. That's first light down. Buyback from Bambo. Still has an Echo Slam. Wants to get back into this fight. Coil broken by Fun. Healed up by his friendly Abaddon. Ultimate again from the Silencer. Slowing down Giral. He's currently a pig. Will be silenced. Can't get anything off. Going to try to get off as much as he can before he falls, but it looks like he is going to die eventually, and he will. Fissure comes out from the Earthshaker. Echo Slam on the top of this fight, but doesn't do enough damage to Funsy. Buyback from the puck. Wants to get back to this as well. Another Fissure from Bambo, going to do very little to nothing at all. Now trying to turn Sexy Bambo, and Chant Totem holding onto it. Ancient Apparition Blast not going to land onto poor Fun. Fun surviving with 49 HP. Effing Mad surviving as well. Blink away towards the left. Funsy's there. Where's the anti-mage in all of this? Para jumps it to the sidelines of the fight, but is forced to blink away defensively. Silenced up, looking for the TP out. Will he be able to find it? No Fissure from Bambo is going to cancel. It's a 1-for-1 support trade after all of that. Niz fighting up against anti-mage illusions. Fissure into effing Mad. Gem on the deck. It's going to be a triple kill for Niz, and what a ridiculous engagement. My goodness, they're going to lose even more as the silencer kills off Puck. I think that's all that she wrote, but that was ridiculous.
Yeah, and now that's their opening for hehe. I mean, yeah, Anti-Mage and Beastmaster are still alive, and I guess they're the big cores, but they have most all of their team with at least Ginsus, I guess. They have a Scythe of Ice, and look at this, Venomancer with an MKB. Like, they gotta win this game at this point. Like, it's too good. Like, look at this though. There's the opportunity to push, and they have to. Funzy is in a bad position. He has no travel boots. I mean, they don't know this obviously, but still. And look at this lane of creeps. It's just too powerful. They have to. It's their final goal, I guess. Try to go for throne. I don't even think they should go for mega creeps at this point.
Yeah, just try for it. Puck, they knew he bought back and died in that last engagement, but this is very scary. He could just as soon as throw this game as they could take it. Venomancer dies to the anti-mage in the meantime. Down in bottom lane with the boots of travel from Funzy, it looks like it's going to be a trade, but they can't trade against this anti-mage. He's just attacking too fast. They're looking for traded barracks, and it looks like it's going to be even either side. Melee barracks bottom taken by the anti-mage and company. Middle barracks are taken by hehe. Beastmaster, there's your Echo Slam. They're going to look to catch out Paris. Where did that Echo Slam actually go off? It's in mid. They clean up the Beastmaster in bottom, but the anti-mage is still inside the base. Paris is able to back out, but right now it's an even trade. Beastmaster, however, down for 2 minutes. Will they be able to cancel the anti-mage's TP? No. Fun, no disruption available.
That's it. Fun can't stop anti-fun. That's very sad. But you know what? I thought it was gonna be base race for a second. I got really excited. I was like about to like get out the edge of my seat, but no. Seems like they decided to think like that was just such an even trade though.
Yeah.
Look at that. I guess the only issue is that the mid racks are supposedly more important. Yeah, that's true. Like I guess hehe has a little bit of advantage there, but Denial did lose a couple heroes there. But besides that, that was pretty even. And the fact that the anti-mage has this power to split push as much as the whole hehe team as a whole, I don't know. It's hard. Like it's really anybody's game at this point. It's really like you said, who makes a mistake, and is anyone not capped out? Even the supports.
I mean, technically, yes, they're not capped out, but realistically, effing Mad's not getting anything huge soon. He might get an Aghanim Scepter, which would be wonderful if he gets his hands onto, like, Global, Venomancer, or Earthshaker. Like, all of those ultimates are great. Even Ags on Shadow Demon, being able to get off multiple purges in a fight could be pretty cool.
Or on, Abaddon, you can't get Ags, never mind, you can't steal that spell.
If he activates it, you can, but how many times do you activate that?
I mean, if you're a pro, you see. No, you're right. Like, that's never gonna happen. But in the off chance, it's actually a really good spell to steal as well. But hey, it's true. You're right. That's actually I never thought about it. Hehe has all Aghanim's ultimates, and actually pretty good ones. So it's definitely an Aghanim's game.
And so that's pretty cool, but honestly, I'm not sure he's going to get it, and if he does, it's not going to be super fast either. I think that's what he's building with this Ogre Club, but other than that, he's pretty much done. Ancient Apparition, he has a Scythe, 4-staff, Aghanim, Scepter. Cryo J, this might just be a refresher game, but honestly, what else is Ancient Apparition going to build? I don't think anything. Supports on the enemy side, pretty similar story. Up and top, Bambo obliterates the puck, and this time he's able to connect with that Echo Slam and will be able to destroy him. They still have the cheese on the Earthshaker, so hehe do have a slight advantage in the next fight if they're able to make it happen. With only one ultimate, however, on the Silencer, maybe they won't be able to do so, but my goodness, let's see. Anti-Mage, Paris is pushing out this lane, and he might be thinking better of it. He's going to jump aggressively into the Shadow Demon. Fissured up now, Paris. They have the Enchant Totem, not doing enough damage immediately. They get the Curse onto him. Secondary Disruption. The Illusions coming through are doing a decent damage to Paris, but they don't lock him down. He's able to blink towards the south. My goodness, Paris almost gave me a heart attack.
Paris is kind of that was such a weird jump though. Like he saw the MAT, was like, fine, we'll just do it, and he just goes in. Like that's a ballsy move, a stupid ballsy move, but you know.
It's a low reward, high risk move.
Yeah. Amazingly high risk and no reward, basically. Interesting items though. I wanted to know that on a hehe is also the butterfly possibly coming out on Silencer. Could be Heaven's Halberd. Like it's a possibility. It's pretty good on against Anti-Mage, but I would probably say butterfly just because he's the carry of the team. And Abyssal. I mean, sorry, the Heaven's Halberd's not as good. And also interesting item. I just saw. Wow, I just missed it. Never mind. That's the only item. That's a big item. Oh, and the puck. Sorry, the puck who has trying to build a Lincolns. I'm assuming with that Perseverance, but I mean, I get unless it's a weird refresher, but that he's not going to build it because Joral has been kind of underwhelming for this past late game.
I'd be okay with Refresher Puck, double Scythe, double Dream Coil. I think that's pretty legit at this point in the game.
Yeah.
But I mean, putting Lincoln Sphere as well into the Anti-Mage is also pretty good. So I'm not sure it really matters. I think the bigger issue is that he needs to stop dying.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Does it seem to you like Joral just hasn't been doing much this second half of the game? Well, second half, like the past 35 minutes.
I mean, okay, so there was a couple really good plays from the puck where he's just kind of jumping around, but now Echo slammed. Oh my goodness.
Just to reiterate my point.
Yeah, that's happened 3 times. That's puck right now.
And still, I still see the Echo Slam, which again, it's not my preference. Like I don't know, like I don't like the use of it that much in that way. But he does get a kill on the puck, which I guess is kind of good. I don't know. It's just now maybe they could just use the puck as a bait, or even so he's using it on supports before. They could just use the supports as a bait and bait out the Echo Slam, and perhaps then go in. Like that's definitely a strategy they now should be considering, especially a support like I don't know, Rubik or even Ancient Apparition. Get him buyback, let him die. Based on that Echo Slam, and then uses his Ice Blast anyway, because that's what he really is used for at this point in the game. So, like, it should definitely be a strategy at this point on Denial's mind.
Potentially. I don't know. I think it's better to use it if you're not planning on fighting, and it looks like he aren't. But maybe if they go for this Roshan, this could be very risky. They're doing a decent amount of damage to Roche, and we'll be able to take it quickly, but Denial... yeah, they're just not in position. It's going to be the 5th Roshan of the game, going the way of hehe. Or at least I think it's 5th.
No, that's going to be a Rubik and Agnes, by the way. Fucking man actually finishing off that Agnes much sooner than I expected. Well, I mean, and it's 70 minutes in. So, he's a proper support. Like, his net worth is 11,070 minutes in. His goal per minute is abysmal. But hey, good effort on fucking Mad. Still, though, that's actually be good Aghanims, and that age is probably going to be pretty important.
Yeah, it definitely is. Although, Denial, the only buyback they have is on the Anti-Mage, and that's going to maintain the case for quite a while. Beastmaster might be able to farm that up, but it looks like he's more interested in getting a Hex. We'll just have to see how it breaks down. We're still in the same stalemate that we've been in for ages. Like...
ha, I see the pun you did there.
It wasn't even... attempted pun. We're just kind of stuck in this game, and we can do nothing about it because neither team really are in any position to take the game away from the enemy side, and
that's why it's so intense. It's like you really don't know who's gonna win because it's all about who's gonna commit the worst mistake in the game.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie, Bambo, he's either been the one to make the mistake or make the big plays. He's...
It's true. It all relies on Bambo. It's legitimately on his back.
Yeah, I mean, if he gets another, like, 3-hero Echo Slam like we saw in the top fight, it could be amazing. If he, gets a no-hero Echo Slam like we've seen as well, it could be Denial taking the game. I don't know, it's...
My spirit.
It's just so fun watching Bambo play, because he's really the most unexpected player. Him and probably, what's the other one, Pegasus? Pegasus? That's the name. Is just so interesting to see, because you never really know what they're going to do.
Yeah, I mean, and that can work in your benefit. Like, if you catch the enemy off guard, could be some really big plays. So.
There it is. Maybe this might be the misplay we're looking for. But no, the Echo Slam actually be used only for fucking Matt. A little bit too much of a command, I would say. But there is the stun on Sexy Bambo. He's gonna go down, but he doesn't have a buyback. I don't know about that Echo Slam, though. And by I don't know, I mean I don't like it at all.
I don't know about that move entirely. He gets the kill on the Rubik, which is fine and all, but he doesn't get anything else, and in fact he loses his life, and Rubik is going to be happy with that trade every day of the week.
Especially because he got an Echo Slam with it. He had double cheese, which he didn't use, which is perfectly fine, actually. I think that's the right choice. But I don't know why he used the Echo Slam. They also committed a whole global silence to it. Just want to point out.
Yeah, Denial...
This might be the time for Denial to push.
Yeah, I think this is about as good as it's going to get for the rest of the game. They're going to open up, however, onto the Anti-Mage. Disruption Curse onto Paris. He's going to be able to blink away safely. And, well, the Anti-Mage Illusions are going to duke it out, but they're missing more than they're hitting.
Yeah, it just seems... It seems at this point that even Denial is, like, really hesitant about being able to break the stalemate. And, well, they're almost there. Like, Paris is almost like... He's barely there. He's staying there, not passing this kind of like no man's land, I guess, this catch-22 land. And set. Why? At this point in the game, are you kidding me? Okay, well, seems like we're going to wait for Funzy, who's preparing for this big team fight. I'm assuming that's why he's doing this. And we got to the point where CryJ is just staying at his base the whole time.
I think that's what you should do. You're level 16, you have your Aghanim Scepter. Just chill. Like, you're not needed. You want to get the biggest H-Net Ice Blast that you can, and the way to do that is to be as far away from the fight as you can, and right now, that's inside his base.
Yeah, that's a good point. He does have the Ginzus, which I think is a little bit wasted, though, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's because if they come to his base, you know, I love the conversation between these teams. Playing Dota, at the moment I'm bored, but playing Dota, so it's okay. Anyway. The Ginzus, I think, is probably because if Anti-Mage, I mean, not Anti-Mage, what am I saying? If, like, there's some sort of weird split push by the Venomancer or something of the sort, you can try to kill him. I don't know. Still, the weird. I don't know if we pause the match, by the way, my drawings stay forever.
They do, but I can't actually see them. It's only on your end.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh, that's a pity.
I I could draw on my map, but it's all, like, jaggedy and...
Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. I mean, you know, I'm Spanish, so like Pablo Picasso pretty much runs in my veins. So, I mean, some people call me the new Pablo.
New Pablo. I love it.
No, but I mean, in all honesty, the game is going to start now. And by the way, notice bottom lane Jarrell's being really sneaky. I think he wants to start something, and this might be the last team fight of the game, I would say. It's really close to being it. It just depends on what Denial wants to do now. It seems like Jarrell wants to start. No, he's not going to jump to that orb. And Parrish is making sure that these creeps don't pass this line. Never mind, he's going to give up on that. Fun is going to go on him, and that's going to be Disruptive Paris. The Illusion's dealing a lot of damage right now thanks to the Soul Catcher. Paris might be caught out completely, and no, he's just going to blink away, finally getting into that silence, who's been used. Funzy in trouble. He's going to be the first one to go down, I think, in the Denial team. There's a dead Beastmaster, but no, Puck or Anti-Mage is going to follow. Just going to duking it out here with the Illusions. But there's Jarrell actually canceling the TP by Nihis, and pretty good by his part, actually stopping the possible split push that could come out of that. And just the question is, will Jarrell die one more time? No, he's not going to this time. Well, that was, I guess, not the biggest team fight I was expecting. Grandis? Okay, seems like my caster is...
Sorry about that.
Okay.
There was loud noises going on. I had to put an end to them. The camera was still moving and they could hear you, but yeah, that's super unprofessional,
okay.
But I was not planning on casting this long.
Okay. Apologies about that. I just know I thought we lost you for a second. It's okay. But that was very commanding. He had to put an end to those loud noises. That's commanding. Strong caster right here. Anyway, they're gonna go on. I think they want to go on Sexy Bambo. He is the key to the strategy, really. If they can get rid of his Echo Stomp, I think that might be game. There's no silence. Oh, they're going to go on Hua, actually. And it's Joral right now being hit by that Piggy Turner. And that Ice Blast also being hit on 3 heroes. It could be Blue Banana to go down, but that... Oh, Venomancer's ultimate comes out. Joral, like the first one to die. Ages is popped, actually. And that's the silencer death number 1. Can he die a second time? No, not likely, actually, because the rest of the team is actually forced to retreat. Ancient Apparition managing to get a kill on the Abaddon with his ultimate, but he's also going to go down thanks to the the Shadow Demon. And now it seems like trying to kill the Rubik or the Anti-Mage, but they can't find anyone else. They did kill the Puck and the Ancient Apparition, so slowly and steadily they are killing these heroes. They're now trying to go really hard on this, on fucking Mad. It would be quite a nice kill, and also a little bit more intelligence stolen for Hua. But fucking Mad's not going to allow it to happen. Was that his own Yules? Yeah, I was thinking it was someone else's Yules. Okay. Really smart on fucking Mad's part. And, well, right now it's still 3 to 4 heroes. Should Hehe push?
I would say yes, but based on the rest of this game, they're gonna say no.
Yeah, that seems pretty logical. I'm just saying, I don't know if there's gonna be a winner in this game.
It's 76 minutes in, and neither team has made a super substantial lead either way. Bambo was sitting on, like, the largest pot of gold that I've seen on anybody who isn't 6-slotted like Paris is. He now does go for the Scythe of Vice, and he does have another slot to replace in the Shadow Blade, but this is a really important pickoff for him. Still, neither team has lost any more than the ranged barracks up top and the one set of barracks. It's effectively an even game in structures.
Yeah, I mean, the ranged barracks is kind of irrelevant anyway at this point in the game. Like,
Joral's FSG got destroyed in mid.
No! See, this is the turning point. This is now just has to surrender at this point.
They've broken their spirits. They've killed off Puck's beautiful statue. I'm not even sure what it was.
I just want to point out there's still this one, which is my favorite one, Cryo J. So if I could command this, I would.
Oh, why can't we?
Because we're viewers. Seems like they just took it away from the viewers. We can't command statues.
Yeah, I mean, there's some pretty good statues in this game, to be fair.
There really are. I love these. I love this new statue thing, and this FGs is the most beautiful idea Valve's ever had. I thought it was going to be base hats, but, you know.
It is base hats. But customizable base hats.
Oh, wow. Proper Valve fashion. And this Bambo, once more, in this... Why is he constantly in this position? Never mind. He's going to kill him.
That crit! Okay. So... That's Carry Shaker for you. If you look at the damage that crit's doing, it's his base damage times 4, plus his bonus damage, and another addition of his base damage that gets crit with Daedalus. That stings. And that Rubik got 2-shot. He was gone.
And now it seems like Hua is actually going to be fighting the Anti-Mage Illusions alone. Never mind. He's going to be okay. Do you think MKB on Hua is a necessity at this point?
Probably. But then again, what do you replace? You're fully 6-slotted as well.
Lincoln's.
I think so too. Lincoln's doesn't really do very much for you, to be honest.
I mean, I like the Lincoln's. It occasionally stops what, like a lift or something of the sort, like a roar as well. But still, I don't know. I don't think it's that powerful. And actually, Funzy in trouble. We're gonna be fighting a Sexy Bambo. Uses every ultimate. Bambo Y.
Somebody's on a roll.
Bambo Y. He just killed off the Beastmaster, and although they don't know it, or in fact they do know it, he doesn't have buyback, and that's because it's on cooldown, and he doesn't have enough gold for it. I think that's okay to use your Earthshaker Echo Slam. It's on a fairly low cooldown as far as ultimates are concerned, and they'll be able to take a fight, I think.
I just want to point out, what was the Beastmaster going to do? Like, to escape? You could just, like, wait a couple seconds, crit him again, and he's going to die. Like, he barely dealt damage to that ultimate. Like, there was no need for it.
Okay, so I think it's unnecessary, but I don't think it's going to be punished. I think it's going to be my
That's a fair point. That's a fair point. It's just sometimes I see Bambo doing these things and my heart just breaks in half.
I think it's better to, like, just no hesitation use the ultimate than to lose a kill and be like, we could have gotten it if I dropped my ulti. That's
actually a good point. That's a very good point. learning every day from my friend Grandis. But yeah, however, they're not really maximizing this kill as much as they should. Like, they keep on farming, and I don't know why. Like, what is each team doing? Like, they're not
Okay, so-
exactly.
Beastmaster pickoff is nice, but it's not nice enough. Like, this is
Yes, true.
a point in the game where, if you look at the top 5 farmers inside this game, they're completely 6-slotted, except for the Beastmaster, okay? So, everybody on top of the Beastmaster is completely capped out. And that's not going to change for the rest of this game. And it is a one pickoff. Oh!
Top in trouble. He's actually being hit by the anti-mage, and that's going to be a really strong mana void. But in comes the reinforcements. We have this super strong Venomancer with MKB and Butterfly. He's actually quite a force to be reckoned with. He's trying to find the anti-mage. This Venomancer's actually really strong right clicker at this point.
Yeah.
Like, I haven't even noticed, but he's just slowly been getting better. Like, he deals a lot of damage. He can actually one-on-one, I think, the anti-mage quite decently.
I wouldn't go so far to say that he can 1v1 the anti-mage, but inside a team fight...
Like, he's gonna die, but he can deal damage before that.
Oh
That's
yeah,
what I mean.
of course.
Yeah. But I mean,
Jump
he's
forward.
strong. Like, he's
Double
well-
hex. They found Paris. He's going to be stunned up by the Fissure subsequently, and he's taking a decent amount of damage. Echo Sun this time committed onto Paris. They're not going to have enough to bring him down. Now Ward up. Sexy Bambo in a lot of trouble. H and Apparition Blast going to land. Refresher. Roar again onto Bambo. Blink forward by Paris, doing enough damage to kill him off. He's shattered. Now, Blue Banana looking to run away. And he will be able to do so with the buyback on the Earthshaker. That's enough to repel denial, at least for now.
Tower could use a hand.
Buy back on the Earthshaker. Make sure this game lasts at least 20 more minutes. Why not? They're just not going to be able to breach this high ground if the Earthshaker just keeps coming back. And he has a Shadow Blade to replace still. So, interesting. What is the last item Earthshaker should go for?
Refresher, please.
Yeah? Please? You want to see double Echo Slam?
Banged up.
Double Echo Slam, double BKB, double Hex. It's really good.
Yeah, I agree. I completely agree. I think Refresher is actually a really good choice in this part, by his part. He has the mana to sustain at this point as well, because, I mean, who cares about it anymore? It is kind of becoming League of Legends, nobody cares about mana anymore. Anyway. They're... Actually, I mean, right now, hehe is just... not doing much, to be honest. They're just kind of happy, like, following around. I really didn't expect their lineup to last this long. I thought the endgame would actually be able to crush them, but they're doing a really good job at it.
Yeah, definitely. Right now, it's... Also, Denial not really doing very much. I thought their lineup would peak a lot earlier, and right now it seems to be evenly matched. Super late game silence, there is a force to be reckoned with, 32 intelligence stolen from the enemy team, and that could become super relevant as this game nears the 90-minute mark.
Jesus Christ, man. What have we gotten ourselves into? What's the longest game in Dota ever recorded?
Long? I have no idea.
Dude, I believe the tie was 200 minutes, but that might just be me going crazy.
That might be the longest pub. I'm not sure what the longest professional game is, though.
Interesting. Oh well. Oh, actually, ooh, what a beautiful Potion Nova. In fact, this could be the death of a couple of them, but fucking Mad going down first. Hua dealing too much damage. And Silence just joining them just to make sure that everyone can't go kill them, and Bambo using that ultimate as well just to kill off Funzy one more time. But that final Necro Creep killing off Hua, really unfortunate by his part. And did Fox just grab? No, okay, he just went into the pit for a second just to kind of join them. And now it's only Sexy Bambo and Fun probably the first one to go down. He's actually, no, he's still in the fight somehow. He can, the second sound has been used, and Cryo J now probably going down to Bambo. He's not doing it though, for whatever reason. And Cryo J, yeah, finally going down to the damage from the poison. And that's gonna be another dead puck as well, which a 2,000 crit. Is that right? That can't
Yes,
be.
it is, because Enchant Totem, that that damage is applied to the crit. That's an extra 600 damage.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so it's effectively like you're critting with double rapier. That stinks. But now it's Anti-Mage versus 4 for the next 30 seconds at the very least. This is a huge opening for hehe. If they don't end high ground now, I don't think they ever will.
Versus 5, to be fair, actually, because ages as well.
Yeah, because Sexy Bambo can come back into this game. Anti-Mage is going to buy a BKB. He replaces his Battle Fury at least for now, and is going to purchase up an MKB. Paris, this is an all-in move.
Yeah, they have to. Like, there's no other choice for you. And I think they should just go for the throne. Like, there's no option otherwise.
Yeah, just go for it. This is the opportunity, and this game lies on a razor's edge. All it took was one fight, and it started out looking pretty good for Denial. They get off a Venomancer ultimate, agged up by the Rubik onto 3 heroes, and then just that perfect global silence cooldown. Paris hexed up, defensively disrupted, however, coming out from Fun. That might end up saving Paris' life, but he's getting focused way too quickly. HWA rips apart the AM. He's going to buy back once to get back into this fight. Paris now has some backup in the form of the Beastmaster and the Rubik. Oh, they found him. That's going to be the Echo Slam onto 2, blowing up Fun, and now into Paris. Paris trying to fight as fast as he can, but he's up against 4. The Mana Void drops them all low, but doesn't clean them up. Uphill, Paris is going to be able to survive, surviving on very low HP. The Gale going to miss from his. They are going to hex up Sexy Bambo, looking for more. The damage from Silencer is immense. HWA into effing mad, hexed up again. He's going to be brought down. Anti-Mage is surviving, now with the Pucking Ancient Apparition. His gets off his ultimate on Paris. Fissure onto 2, but no follow-up disables. Paris surviving. Blink on the other side of the Fissure. Focus down to his. Can't win this man fight, but the Ancient is under attack. It is HWA. Sexy Bambo going to work on it. Global Silence committed, trying to ensure that they're able to kill it off. The Ancient, 1000 HP now. They should be able to get it. Will they be able to? Another Enchant Totem hit. Denial can't do anything but watch their Ancient explode. And it's GG.
Jesus Christ, that was such an intense game at the end. Wow. Ah. That was beautiful. That was beautiful to watch. Thank you for being able to be here for this game. Oh.
My goodness, that was quite an ending. An hour and 25 minutes, an absolute marathon coming out from both of these teams. And although first game didn't look very strong, hehe come back with an unconventional lineup, but ultra late game Silencer turns out to be pretty darn good. That damage in the last fight, man, was ridiculous. We've been here, Grandest V and D Swordfish here on HeflaTV, HB1. If you want to follow us on Twitter and Facebook, HeflaTV is the place to do it, and the VODs will be uploaded to youtube.com/HeflaMoke. And that should round out the cast for today. Thanks for watching, and hope to see you soon.
See you guys.